are ramping up. So, I think this is a good bill. I understand that APD and Mr. Romero and Budget are already working together to achieve this, and I think that's great. The resolution, I believe, though, is needed to formalize that and to make sure that we do get some reporting of that accounting. And I move it do pass. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilor. It's been moved and seconded. Any questions, or Councilor Sanchez?
Thank you, Mr. President. I don't have any questions. I do support this resolution. I think it provides the necessary checks and balances. It also provides a transparency to the public along with this council. I mean, we are going to appropriate the budget for the next 4 years, and hopefully only the next 4 years, to deal with this settlement agreement. But I think it's important that we are involved in the process today and tomorrow and for the next 4 years. And I want to thank Councilor Gibson for this resolution.
Thank you. Councilor Harris.
Thank you. I support the reporting to the council. I have some concerns about setting up separate accounts. I think that could lead to issues and problems and potential liability, and folks who, when we're doing our level best, it gives opportunities for people to nitpick and perhaps cause issues within our own budgetary systems and so forth. So I have some concerns about that, but maybe I shouldn't. Maybe the administration has some comments on this.
Mr. President, councilors, we support the bill. We think it's a good bill for accountability measures, financial controls, and transparency. I think Councilor Gibson was thoughtful, and I think she articulated the reasons for it. And as far as the accounting goes, the separate accounting, that's doable from a financial accounting perspective to set up a separate fund. And so, no objections, as they say in court.
Thank you. Are we in court? Ms. Yara.
Mr. President and Councilor Harris, I just want to assure you that the separate accounting that we're talking about is setting up what we call a separate department ID so that the budget office and the council can review all of the expenditures that have been charged to those appropriations by just keeping them in a separate department ID. We're not setting up a new fund or anything like that, or a new department.
Thank you, Ms. Yara. Before we go on to a vote, we do have someone signed up to speak to this item, Mr. Alan Wagman. Welcome, Mr. Wagman.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. President, members of council. I support this ordinance. I apologize for not having read it, and I don't know what's in it. So I'm just going to talk about what I hope is in it, and what, if it's not, you might add at some point. It won't surprise you that I'm critical of some of the money that's already been spent in response to the Department of Justice investigation. The hiring of creation of a position for a deputy chief, 2 majors, and a public relations officer were all at a cost of combined salary of a little over $400,000 a year, was all justified as measures in response to the Department of Justice investigation and the reforms that were going to be expected from it. I hope that this accounting will enable the council to evaluate, track, and watch how that $400,000 a year, every year, year in, year out, even extending probably beyond the settlement. I mean, we're on the hook for a lot of money for these 4 positions, and I understand one has already resigned. I don't know if it's been replaced. But in the people that were hired for the positions, at least 2 of them don't inspire confidence. Major Gonterman was the subject of a lawsuit costing the city hundreds of thousands of dollars when he and 2 other officers beat up an unarmed veteran, and Major Gonterman tased his ear off. And Deputy Chief Huntsman was the head of a SWAT unit criticized by DOJ. So I hope this enables the council to watch very closely what is being done and make sure that the justifications for the expenditures actually are valid. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Wagman. We're back on the bill. Councilor Gibson.
Thank you. One last thought. Perhaps in our keeping this practice, we might be able to help other cities in the future who might have the unenviable position of going down the same road as we do. It might actually be beneficial information to share with other municipalities, and I urge your support.
It's been moved and seconded for R-148. Those in favor say yes. Yes. Opposed, no. That passes. We are now on item E. Councilor Benton, R-151.
Thank you, Mr. President. R-152